Ma'am, assalamu alaikum.
Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Walaikum Assalam.
How are you, ma'am?
30 students joined the class. Alhamdulillah, I'm also fine. So I think all of you have got your script and Viva marks, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So some students could not attend the Viva. I don't know. They could not communicate with me, but I communicate with one student. One or two students, not all. I don't know what is their problem. So I think you have no complaint or no, what I'm saying, no confusion about the script. So I try to sacrifice some marks on the script because maximum students make, I don't know what's your problem. You just may maximum students copy from the others. So little bit calculation you can do by oneself as they have done calculation is wrong or correct. So I'm requesting you, please, in final script, don't do the same things. You can check it. It's better for you and also for the other students. So can I start now or wait for 2 or more minutes? Only 39 students present and already 6 minutes has gone. Even some students have forgot which method they apply. So how can I justify you? You do by oneself or you just copy from the others. You'll get your travel on the Viva.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes. Who is talking? Please, if you want to say something, firstly you mention your name, then you can ask me anything. Okay.
yes, ma'am. I'm Al Rafi, ma'am.
Okay,
I'm,
Al Rafi.
yes, ma'am. I'm going to get vaccinated, ma'am, today. Can you consider my attendance, ma'am? I have to go now, ma'am.
So how much time you attend the class? This is 10:48. That means 8 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. But the time is 11 p.m. That's why, ma'am, I have to go.
Okay. Okay. You can go now.
Only for
Just
today, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
okay. I remark you. So next time, next class, I will see it. Okay. Al Rafi, you can go now.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So if you have any comment, any suggestions, any opinions, you can share with me, please. Nothing you have?
No.
Okay. Your total stop your mouth. Can you hear me, all of you?
Ma'am, we can hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So look about our study. Midterm, I think I have completed trapezoidal rule, yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And now I talked about the Simpson's 1/3 rule. So first I tell about the condition in Simpson 1/3 rule. Should I repeat the trapezoidal rule?
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think I have written the formula, yes?
Yes, miss.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, miss.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, in
Okay, in
trapezoidal
trapezoidal
rule,
rule,
now what I'm saying, it is repeated to me. In trapezoidal rule, you know that only one condition, the number of কি হলো এটা sound কমে গেল কেন automatically the number of subinterval, this is n, I say that n must be greater than 2. Then whatever, you can take n equals 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's up to you. You remember that. So next, move to the Simpson's 1/3 rule. Even student could not R properly Lagrange's method. They could not say properly Lagrange's method. So in trapezoidal rule, basically, so number I write about the n must be greater than 2 and n must be even number. So repeat it. What is n? N equals number of subintervals. Number of subintervals. Don't forget that n equals number of subintervals. This number of subintervals greater than 2 and must be even number. So which number we consider for n? So n can be 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, whatever. According to the condition of Simpson's 1/3 rule, n must be greater than 2 and even number. So this number we can consider for Simpson's 1/3 rule. If anyone take 3, 5, that is not acceptable. Okay. Now move to the formula. In Simpson 1/3 rule, what is the formula? If our function is given up to a to b fx dx, so after that we divided the interval into equal number of subintervals. So we can write it x naught plus n into a is fx dx.
Ma'am, I mean, Allah it, ma'am. Ma'am, I cannot see the left side properly, ma'am.
Okay, little bit I change it. Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Now
It's okay.
Okay. Okay. Al Rafi, what you're saying, please would you repeat it? You're saying about the
Ma'am.
board, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay.
Now it's okay.
Okay, thank you. So you see that if you compare these two things, this is actually left side, this is actually a general notation of the function integration with the limit. So if you compare our rules, this notation is given according to our Simpson one third rule. So x naught we compare with A and x naught plus n is we compare with the B. Be careful about that. Where n equals number of subintervals and ace is the difference between the abscissa, between the arguments, sorry, between the x values, successive difference between the successive arguments. So next, a is by 3 into y naught plus yn. So what I have written, first and last ordinates plus 2 into the ordinates whose suffix is even number. See that? 2 into what I'm saying, sum of the ordinates whose suffix is even number. That means we can write y2, y4, y6 up to yn minus 2. This is the second term of the formula. Y naught plus yn plus 2 into the sum of those ordinates whose suffix is even number plus 4 into. So now you can see that which ordinates are left. First and last ordinates has gone, and the ordinates whose suffix is even numbers that has gone, and which ordinates are left?
Odd number.
Odd number.
Only word numbers. Thank you. As you can understand that, so you can write it. This is y1, y3, y1, y3, y5 up to yn minus 1. This is the Simpson's rules for Simpson's 1/3 rule. But you have to remember the condition. This is mostly important. N greater than 2 and n must be even number, where we can consider n equals 4, 6, 12, 10, 8, whatever. So any difficulties here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So can I move to the Simpson's 3/8 rule?
Yes, ma'am.
So here total 46 is student, 45 is student present. And again, I'm asking, if you have any problem, you can raise that issue, please.
No problem, ma'am.
No problem. Good. So next move, Simpson's 3/8 rule. Simpson's 3/8 rule. Simpson's 3/8 rule has also another condition, that is n greater than 3 and n is a multiple of, or n be a multiple of 3. So if n be a multiple of 3 and n is greater than 3, so which number we consider here? Can anyone say?
6, 9, 6, 18, 9, 18, 15.
Exactly that. 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, whatever. This number we can consider. So if you can ask me, 3 also multiple of 3. 3 into 1 equal 3. So why we could not consider 3? So I give this answer in later after writing the formula. So anyone have problem about the condition?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So same thing. This function is given, and this notation for according to our rules. And here we can write 3/8 rule. 3 is by 3 is by 8 here. The same way, first and last or summation of first and last ordinate plus summation of first and last ordinate plus 2 into, please be attentive here, 2 into summation of those ordinates whose suffix is a multiple of 3. I repeat it, 2 into sum up of those ordinates whose suffix is multiple of 3. So which ordinates we can write here?
So, ma'am, 6,
Not 6, y3,
oh,
y6, y9, y12 plus yn minus 3. See that? I'm saying that Jaman wants to join now. 1 minute. Jaman and Afsana Mimi and monitoring unit. Okay. So I'm saying that 2 into summation of those ordinates whose suffix is a multiple of 3. Multiple 3 also multiple of 3. 3 into 1 equals 3. Why we deduct 3 here? And I just consider here n greater than 3 here. Only divided the intervals into equal number of subintervals. Only for the this condition only for the subintervals, not for the ordinates. Be careful here. Understood me?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So you see that first and last ordinate has gone, and the ordinates whose suffix is a multiple of 3, that's also gone. And now you say which ordinates are left here. Then you can write 3 into remaining ordinates. Can you tell me which ordinates are remaining here?
Y1, Y2, Y5, Y4, Y5, Y7.
Y4, Y5. So what about the last term of this part? So Y1 is remaining, Y2 is remaining, Y4 remaining, Y5, Y7, Y8. For your betterment, I write more here. So now, what about the last one? So you said that yn minus 2, yn minus 1.
Ma'am,
Yes. Please tell me. Hello.
ma'am, yn minus 1.
Yn minus 1. Yn minus 2 and yn minus 1. So after complete your writings, please you tell me any difficulties or you couldn't understand.
Ma'am,
Is it-
can I tell Bangla, ma'am?
No, Imran, please.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, this formula, ma'am, we conditions Simpson 3/8 rules when
Exactly
a,
that.
n greater than 3 and multiple of 3. That's
3.
why, ma'am, understand this way on formula.
Yeah. Yes.
Ma'am, first one, ma'am, 2 into y3 plus y6 plus y9 plus y12. Ma'am, how could I understand?
How could you understand means? So you have to remember that 2 into sum up of those ordinates whose suffix is multiple of 3. But to write this part, to write the formula here, there is no condition. Condition only for the number of subintervals. N is greater than 3 and N is a multiple of 3. This condition only for the subintervals, but not here. That's why why 3 comes here. Why 3 is coming here. Understood?
Okay, ma'am.
So when you give the particular example,
Ma'am,
that's better
now
for
clear,
you.
ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Is it okay, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now move to the problem. Can I rub the board?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I think for trapezoidal rule already I gave you one example. So now for the Simpson's 1/3 rule and Simpson's 3/8 rule. Calculate integration 4 up to 5.2 ln x dx by number 1 Simpson's 1/3 rule. So Simpson's 1/3 rule, sometimes we say this is Simpson's rule, only Simpson's rule. So Simpson's rules means Simpson's 1/3 rule. And Simpson's 3/8 rule. So see that no ordinates are given here. So first we have to construct a table where arguments and entries are given, where abscissa, the value of abscissa and ordinates are given. So let's move. How can we construct this table? So to construct that table, firstly, we need to find out the value of A's. What A's means? Difference between the successive subintervals. Difference between the successive arguments. Okay. So see that here A equals 4, B equals 5.2. So first on, for according to the Simpson's 1/3 rule, we can consider what is the value of N here. Just I have written it. According to the Simpson's 1/3 rule, whose value we consider as N?
Ma'am, 4.
4. Okay, good. 4. So then what is the value of A is? A is equals B minus A by N. The value of B is 5.2. Value of A equals 4 and N equals 4. This was the result. But for your better understanding,
Ma'am, 0.3.
Okay, only 0.3
Yes,
or
ma'am.
more digits?
No, ma'am.
Okay, only 0.3. But for your better understanding, I mentioned that. So for two parts of this question, if we make one table, so you can save the time. For Simpson's 1/3 rule, if I consider N equals 4, so we have to make one table. And according to the Simpson's 3/8 rule, if we take N equals 6, in that time we have to make another table. So for two parts of the question, if we make two tables, it takes more time. So now you have to consider which value if we take for both rules, as we can make one table, and using one table we can solve two problems. Could you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
see. If we consider n equals 4, one thing, if we consider n equals 4, then the condition for both rules is satisfied. And we can make one table. Using this one table, we solve these two parts of the question. Understood me?
Yes, ma'am.
So if we put here n equals 6, then what is the value of ace? Ace equals 0.2, yes?
Ma'am, if our limit is 4 to, sorry, ma'am, 3 to 5.2, then what will be the n equal to?
3 point,
Like our limit is 3 to 5.2.
3 to
Then what is
5.2.
the value of
3.52. So according to the rules, you consider the value of n. Value of n does not depends on the interval. Value of n depends on the rules. Got
okay,
it?
ma'am, understand.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So now here we consider n equals 6 and then we get ace equals 0.2. You see that I didn't mention any number here, 1 or 2, nothing I mentioned here because this part for two parts of the question. That's why nothing I mentioned, number 1 or number 2. Okay. So now find out the function. What is the function here? According to this question, what is the function here? The function is ln x. Got it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now we make the table here. Construct a table for value of x. Okay. Value of x. So starting value of x is what?
4, ma'am.
X naught. X naught equals a equals 4. This is 4. Okay. So this is 4. So what is the x1? So you remember that this is x naught. What is x1?
4 point plus intervals. 4 plus intervals.
4.2. Directly right. This is x1. Then
4.4.
4.4. That is x naught plus a is equals x1. X1 plus a is equals x2. What is x1? X1 equals x naught plus a's. What is x2? X1 plus a's. Consecutively, what is x3? X2 plus a's. That is 4.6. বোর্ডটা তো পড়ে যাবে এখন। 1 minute. No, it's okay. To ঘোরাই দেই। I think all of
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can
Okay,
see the
ma'am.
board now. So this is x2, whatever x3 equals x2 plus a's. Consecutively, it moves up to upper limit. That is 4.8. That is 5 and last on 5.2. I think this is, you see that x naught plus n is. Last one is x naught plus n is. So what is the value of x naught? X naught is 4. What is the value of n? N equals 4. And what is the value of a's? A's equals 0.2. So if you calculate that, you get 5.2. Understood this part, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we find out the ordinate. That is y. So if you have calculator, it's better for you. With me, you can calculate it. So our function fx equals ln x. That means y equals ln x. Can I write it? Please, all of you respond
Yes,
to
ma'am.
me.
Yes, ma'am.
Maximum students are silent.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what they are doing. So after 5 minutes, I tell you to show your script. Okay. So y equals ln x. So now If I put x equals x naught, what y? Y equals y naught?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. In the same way, if we put x equals x1, then y equals
ma'am.
y1. That means here x naught equals 4. If we put x naught equals 4, that means y naught equals ln x naught. That is ln 4. What is the value of ln 4?
1.39.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am. 1.39.
Huh?
1.386.
কি বললো? হ্যাঁ।
আমি তো বলতে পারলাম না, বলে 7 তারিখ থেকে আমরা আসছি, 7 তারিখ থেকে আমরা কন্টিনিউ বানাবো। আমি বললাম যে আমরা তো অনেক
আচ্ছা তোর হিসাব পরে 5 মিনিট পরে বললাম একটু জানতো ক্লাস নিতেছি আমি। আচ্ছা আছে। ক্লাসের সময় সব ডিস্টার্ব। So another thing, as the course is numerical analysis, we cannot consider 2 digit after the decimal point, please. So you have to write up to 5 decimal places. So if you say 1.39, that is not acceptable, please. So after decimal point, you consider 5 digits here, or according to the problem, if some values are given up to 3 decimal places or 4 decimal places, in that time you can consider 3 or 4 decimal places. Got it? So if we put x naught equals 4 in the function, the y naught, the value of y naught equals 1.38, 1.386 to
9.
6 to 9. So when we consider x equals 4.2, what is the value of y1? 1.43?
1.43508.
1.43508. So next, for 4.4, what is the output of ln 4.4?
Ma'am, 1.4816.
16. Then for 4.6, so if you define the function in your calculator, just put 4.4, automatically it comes. No need to change the function again and again.
1.526.
1.52605.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then 4.8.
Ma'am, 1.5686.
1.5686.
Yes, ma'am.
1.56861.
1.56861. 8, sorry, 1 point. Next, for 5.
Next, ma'am, 1.60943.
1.60943. And last one.
Ma'am, 1.64865.
865. So see that this is y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, and y6. Now let's move to the formula. What is the formula of Simpson's 1/3 rule? Now I give the numbering up to this part for both, up to this for both 2 parts of the question, number 1 and 2. Now we move to the number 1. According to the Simpson's 1/3 rule, write the formula x naught plus na is fx dx. And according to our problem, this is 4 up to 5.2 ln x dx. I rub the upper part I write the formula here. This is A is by 3 into first and last ordinate. You see that. Never writes the general formula when you solve the problem. On the basis of your question, on the basis of your data, you have to write the simplification form of your formula. So if I write here y naught plus yn, that is not acceptable because you could not use here n plus 1 data. You use here
So I
7 data here, 7 data here. So according to your data, you have to write the formula. So what is the first and last ordinate? Y naught is the first ordinate and y6 is the last ordinate. So you have to write y naught plus y6. Understood this part?
Ma'am, this one not visible, ma'am. Reflect the light.
Ma'am, can we put the value directly?
No. After completing your formula, then you can write it.
Okay, ma'am.
So if you do not write,
Okay, ma'am.
where
Now
do you
visible.
place this value? Okay. So first and last ordinate has gone, then plus. Now see the formula. 2 into what? 2 into sum of those ordinates whose suffix is even number. So which terms are even number of suffixes? Y2
plus y4.
Y4. Y6 also even number, but as a last ordinate, it has already written on the formula. So you remember that no ordinates repeats in the formula. কোনো অর্ডিনেটে কিন্তু 2 টাইমস ফর্মুলায় আসবে না এটা। এটা কিন্তু আপনারা ভুল করে থাকেন, একটু বাংলায় বলে দিলাম, প্লিজ বি কনসিয়াস অ্যাবাউট দ্যাট। সো হিয়ার y2 plus y4 and now 4 into sum up of the remaining ordinates. What are the remaining ordinates? y1, y3, y5, or odd numbers of the even numbers, y1, y3, y5. So you have to write this simplification form, not the general form, when you solve the problem. Understood this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now put the value and calculate. A is equal 0.2 divided by 3, value of y naught 1.38629 plus y6 1.64865 plus 2 into value of y2 1.4816 plus value of y4 1.56861 plus 4 into value of y1 1.43508 1.52605 plus 1.60943. So if you calculate full things, I think its result is 1.82784. 1.82784. I think you understand. y3 and y6. These two ordinates whose suffix is multiple of 3. But y6 already has gone as the last ordinate. So we get only y3 plus 3 into sum of the remaining ordinates, that is y1, y2, y4, and y5. I think you got the point here. Yes. And put all value.
Y into 2 into ma'am only.
Yes, Imran.
Yes, ma'am. Why 2 into y3 only, ma'am?
So which terms you want to write here?
I'm
I'm saying that
3s by 8 is Simpson.
it is 3/8 by rule. Simpson's 3/8 rule.
Yes, ma'am.
So you say, according to your question, I'm saying that why we write y3? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Why not other terms? But I am asking you, as you remember, whose terms is come here? Whose terms? Imran, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So here only y3 comes. You say that. You see the general formula. Y3, Y6, Y9, Y12, Y15. But I have to write according to our problems, according to our data, according to our table. So 2 is multiplied by sum of those ordinates whose suffix is multiple of 3. So according to our table, multiple of 3 only for 2 terms. That is y3 and y6. You see that no other terms is multiple of 3. But y6 as a last ordinate already we have written it. So how many ordinates are left whose suffix is a multiple of 3? Only one ordinate. This is y3 I have written here. Then plus
No,
3.
understand, ma'am.
3 into sum of the remaining ordinates. Okay. Now we substitute all values. 3 into 0.2 divided by 8. Why not? 1.38629 plus 1.64865 plus 2 into y3. Value of y3 is 1.52. 1.52605 plus 3 into y1. Y1 is 1.43508. Value of y2 1.4816. $1.4816 plus y4 1.56861 1.56 sorry again a mistake 1.56861 plus y5 1.60943 1.60943 and if you calculate I think all of you got 1.8
3.19915.
1.82784. Please compare this result. You have got which result you compare with me. Always you will not get the same result for Simpson's 1/3 rule and Simpson's 3/8 rule. A little bit is different from each other. Shakil Ahmed. Shakil বোধহয় কিছু একটা problem. So 44 students present. 11:30. We have 10 minutes left. I want to take the attendance now. Acha, chat box. I can't hearing any sound. Shakil কিছু শুনতে পাচ্ছে না. Understood this part?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and in the evening time, please someone knock me on Messenger. I will give some problems as homework. You can try by oneself. Okay, can I rub the board?
Okay.
Yes.
Our next class will start the final syllabus. And after completing the departmental meeting, then we are sure who is topics from the first term and midterm.
Result
Yes.
will be, ma'am, result will be 1.4749.
1.4. So according to your calculation, what you have got, if your calculation is correct, no problem. You can write this result, okay? And when you give the attendance, please turn on your camera. Serial 1, Shahalom Rabbi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
আজকে হচ্ছে 23rd. আফসানা আক্তার,
Yes, ma'am.
অলোক আচার্যি,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, Alok. Mehdi Hassan, I think already you have known your serial number, so one by one, you turn on your camera. Mehdi Hassan, Mehdi Hassan, Redon Ahmed,
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. I cannot hear any sound. Can you hear me?
Rezaul Islam,
Present, ma'am.
Rezaul Islam, okay, Rezaul. Arifur Rahman,
Yes, ma'am.
please turn on your camera.
Yes, ma'am. I turn on my camera.
Okay, it's okay. Al Afif,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, Afif. Janisar Hussain,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Binoy Krishna, okay, Binoy. Abul Bashar,
Present, ma'am.
Shakil Ahmed, Shakil Ahmed, Ashikur Rahman,
Present, please, ma'am.
Ashikur Rahman,
Present, please, ma'am. Are you listening me?
next
Hello, ma'am.
Shahmina Nasreen, Shahmina Nasreen, is she present? No. Masud Rana, I have seen
Ma'am.
him.
Ma'am.
Imran Babu,
Ma'am, Masud Rana is present.
yes, given Masud. Imran Babu, also present.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes, Imran Babu. Sumaya Parveen,
Present, ma'am.
Sumaya কেউ দেখেছি. Marjia Rahman, not present. Kamruzzaman,
Present, ma'am.
Israt Jerin,
Present, please, ma'am.
okay. আল রাফি, আচ্ছা রাফি তো ইনফর্ম করে গেছে, একটু নোট দিয়ে রাখলাম। ওকে, নেক্সট মাহমুদ আহাদ আবেদিন। মাহমুদ, আচ্ছা মাহমুদ নাই। ফারিয়া হোসেন, ফারিয়া, is she present? No, Faria is absent. Fatematul Johra.
Yes, ma'am. Fatima.
Okay. Next, Abdulal Nakib. Abdulal Nakib. Not present. Ronnie Roy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Jaman Parvez.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next. Mustafa Rafid.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, Tanjida Rahman.
Yes, ma'am.
Tanjida present. Amran Hussain.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Next, Mehdi Hassan. Mehdi Hassan. Absent. Ridoy Ahmed.
Yes, ma'am.
Sheikh Sakib. Absent. Okay, next. Tariq Aziz.
Sheikh Saki present, ma'am.
Sheikh Sakib present.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tariq Aziz.
Present, ma'am.
Tariq Aziz, after the class, please make contact with me, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Lutful Karim. Lutful Karim is present. Absent. Israt Jahan.